Hello and welcome to this video. Introduction to AWS. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. AWS is a leading cloud provider in the market right now. The key advantages of using AWS cloud is you have variable expenses. What is the meaning of variable expense? Variable expense simply means you pay for what you use. If you use 15 GB of storage on AWS cloud, you only pay for 15 GB of storage. If you use 50 GB of storage, you only pay for 50 GB of storage. You can also do a lot of cost optimization when you're using AWS services. You can explore the blogs written by AWS for cost optimization. One example I can give you is if you're spinning a EC2 instance or you're creating a serverless function like Lambda function on AWS, you can use ARM-based instance or ARM-based Lambda function. That would have less cost compared to Into86 based architecture, Lambda functions and EC2 instances. Then is capacity. So you can scale in your instances and scale out your instances. So when you're using AWS, you have a very good scalability. You can start with 2 GB of storage. You can store 2 GB of files in a S3 bucket and you can store up to 1000 GB, or you can increase the quota of your bucket also if you need. So you have a really good scalability and you only pay for how much you are storing. So if you store 15 GB of data, you only pay for 15 GB of data. If you store 50 GB of data, you only pay for 50 GB of data. And so goes for the EC2 instances. You can increase the number of EC2 instances, which is nothing but compute on AWS cloud. EC2 is a service on AWS, so don't get confused when I say EC2. By EC2, I mean a compute on cloud. So you can increase your computation power, decrease your computation power as per the requirement of your business. That is the meaning of scalability here. Then you have economics of scale. Then you have speed and agility. So when you're using a cloud, you can very quickly go global. You can quickly set up a compute server on cloud, deploy your application there and make your application available on the internet for your users or your end users or your clients. So basically you have a very good speed and agility. You can also go global in minutes. When you deploy something on internet, you go global in minutes. Like in minutes you can deploy, you can set up the infra, you can deploy your application. So you basically go global in minutes. Then we talk about architecture. So architecture wise, AWS has regions, like we have a Mumbai region, Hyderabad region, we have North Virginia region. So in these individual regions, we have availability zone. For example, if we take Mumbai region is divided into 3 availability zones. And similarly, different regions are divided into different availability zone depending upon the size of the city that region is in. Then you have edge locations. So there are multiple edge locations also. So if you are going global on AWS, if you have a user interface that you want to be loaded with low latency or be loaded very quickly for your customers, and your customers are worldwide customers, in that case you can use a CDN service like CloudFront offered by AWS, and you can utilize these edge locations. So what AWS will do is it will cache your UI static content onto these edge locations and quickly load from there for the customers in that particular edge location regions. So that is the advantage of edge locations. So architecturally, AWS has regions, availability zones inside that regions, and it has edge locations. Then let's talk about the category of services on AWS. We have compute, we have network and content delivery, we have storage, we have database, we have security, identity and compliance, we have management and governance. So these are the key categories of services on AWS. Now let's quickly summarize what you have learned in this video. So as part of this video, you have gained idea about advantages of using AWS cloud, architecture of AWS, and you've also learned about different categories of services provided by AWS cloud. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, so please do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.